Hello, it's the beginning of 2020 and this video is dedicated to Happy New Year to Sunland Tujunga. Your area in the Sunland Tujunga area has been designated to have a requirement for 4 recycling centers, and up until the end of the year, December 31st, it had 50% coverage until the department put a recycler out of business that covered part of the area. It had those 2, now it only has 1, and the question is, why did Cal Recycle decide to wipe out the 1? Well, we're going to talk about the process here. Here's how it works. The state uses unqualified staff who are improperly trained to wipe out recyclers. These workers draw up some allegations and use that as justification to force closure of the recycler. Too often in the past, those allegations have been proven to be fabricated, not by the recycler, but by the department. And it will serve their purpose of reducing public's convenience, something that's important to maintaining and increasing recycling. So, for all intents and purposes, the recycler is accused of falsifying purchases, and then they insinuate that everything that they purchased was falsified, and from that they falsified claims to the state, and that they had done this for some time. Now the recycling center, this recycling center, opened up in April of 2016. Prior to that, it had been run by another company, which shows that there was recycling in this location for some time. That's important because there's empirical data on the volumes that they handle here. I looked over the records. I didn't see it any particularly high volume operation or indicative of anything fraudulent. But they have that data if they looked at it, but they don't look at it because they're really not auditors. Now, the business owner is an immigrant woman who has been in the business since around 2012. Her son was in the business and turned that business over to her. She is now running this recycling center in the Tujunga area, and she receives a visit from an auditor who made the charges that records were being falsified and claims were false. Now, auditors, if they're doing an audit, are supposed to produce an audit report, and then they can present that to the audited, and that they can compare notes and confer on what they agree with or don't agree with. But that doesn't happen here. This is nothing but a investigation under the guise of an audit or being done by an auditor. They should title these people investigators, at least give people a heads up as to what's coming. Now, here, whatever the auditor says is treated as fact, as adjudicated. It's a done deal. You're guilty until proven innocent, because now they put you out of business, and if you want to try to restore the business, you've got to go through a process. Now, one section of the law says that the hearing should be conducted within 20 days of the action. But Cal Recycle chooses to perceive that in a different way. They say, as long as we make up the appointment or the date for the hearing, that's good enough. We just have to do that within 20 days. So if all their people are on vacation or doing other things, don't want to do it for a while, they can put this off for months, and you will find a strong track record of this happening. What's the problem? Justice delayed is justice denied. These people have financial obligations if they want to keep this business going, and this just disregards and disrespects everything that they put into these businesses. Now, during the time there was, they have left on the lease, they have a year's worth of payments. They have insurances and things of this nature, employees that they close this down, they're going to lose employees. And basically what the state knows is you strangle the cash flow and you kill the business and you kill their ability to defend themselves. All right, now I, Leonard Lang, believe that the department is acting improperly and abusively. I pointed this out in numerous videos in the past. I have successfully kept recyclers in business when confronted and conducting hearings for them. And I say that this is an abuse of power and a denial of due process. I do. Allegations are not evidence. I've said that in their public meetings. These are attorneys. They should know this. Allegations are not evidence, but they treat public and small business be damned by this state because they don't care. Now, what's the solution? Solution is, let's start with the presumption of innocence. Let's let this woman get back in business until this has been adjudicated. Let's conduct the hearing before the punitive action. And then let's do what should have been done. Demand that your legislators request an audit of this recycling program and that the methods used to license, investigate the recycling centers be reviewed by the auditor. They do good work. You'll see what they come up with. And they'll say it in maybe better words than I will, but government speak in no uncertain terms. In addition, examine Doris. This is their computer system for abuses. And I can volunteer too. They pull your plug. They take you out of the system. Even if you're legally in business, you can't get reimbursed. You have no hope to get your money back. So who would continue to operate? They shut you down without adjudication. What's the other one? Doris has a history, or has a collection of what they call associations. Our Constitution, the federal Constitution, is supposed to protect us from guilt by association. This is exactly what this is. They are profiling Latinos and other immigrants. I've talked about this before. It still goes on. I've been in hearings, and I once talked to a supervisor. She said, don't call it profiling, call it associations. Well, what the hell do we have in the Constitution? Protection from that. Where are the attorneys? Who are the attorneys in this department? All right. Now, I've been long saying that the attorneys have orchestrated a system that's stacked against a participant. So let's invite the legislators in this area, Assembly Member Rivas and Senator Portantino, to ask for an inquiry. Let's get an audit. Let's get them involved. This is their area that's being denied convenience representation. We could also ask them to request that CalRecycle provide data to them that would indicate that this long-standing recycling center is doing anything wrong. If you want to save this program, you're going to have to save it from CalRecycle. So, folks, if you're concerned about Sunland Tujunga, you call Assembly Member Rivas down in Arleta, Senator Portantino, he's in Glendale. Give him a call. Say you want your recycling center open. You want an investigation of why CalRecycle is shutting these locations down, when all the discussion for the past few years is there's not enough recycling centers. Let's deal with the issues, folks. And the issues is entrenched bureaucracy. Fix that, we'll start to fix this state. We can make California great again. And with that, over and out.